check this out, watch, look, boom! So this is like the most craziest thing I've ever seen, and I didn't even know, this is not even new. This is a V-mount battery, but it's not just a typical V-mount battery. It's got 4 powerful magnets on this little base plate that you pretty much attach to any V-mount plate. Now check this out, look, watch. I do it again, boom! So now that's not even like the craziest thing about this battery. It gets even better. So let's say, for example, I'm filming, and let's say this has 30%. And then all of a sudden, I know that I need to go for maybe another 30 minutes because I'm doing an interview setup and my battery is dying. I need to make sure I add more. Well, I can't just call cut because this is like an intense moment. I just grab another one and then boom. Look at this. Now, what's crazy about this or how this works is like, even though this is technically at 30%, what happens is this battery will overpower this one and start sending it through, and it'll keep this one at 30%. Up until this one gets at 30%. So now once both are at 30, then they'll start simultaneously discharging. So whatever this one is at, this will try to match it, and then they'll start charging. But wait, there's more. I can keep adding batteries. Now, obviously, this is a little bit ridiculous, and unless this is on a tripod, yes, if you move it, it may disconnect, like you see right here. However, it does have a locking mechanism. Like these larger ones do have a locking mechanism where you can just go ahead and push this button, and then it locks. Now, to show you how powerful it is and how it really locks, let me disconnect this and show you. It ain't going anywhere. In fact, I'm more afraid that this might disconnect than the battery. Now, to show you how powerful the magnets are, watch. I'm going to disconnected. And now it's all magnet. It's got no protection at all. And to show you that this is real, I'm actually, come on, there it goes. That's how powerful this is. I think this weighs probably, I don't know, maybe, I don't even want to say. It's very heavy though, with the monitor and everything. So with the locking mechanism, you don't have to worry about that. Now, I like these batteries too because you've got 2 USB-C, PD power, you've got a D-tap here on this side, you've got another D-tap, and again, the whole locking mechanism. But check this out. So I've got my charger here. Let me disconnect this one. I was charging this other battery. And this is the plate. This is what the plate looks like right here. So you've got the plate with the magnets, and then on the other side, you can see it's just got a V-mount receiver. Okay, so if I connect this here to my charger, now watch this. Look at this. I can just connect that there, boom, starts to charge. Oh wait, I need to charge this battery too. Okay, boom. This one starts to charge. Wait, I need to charge this one too. Boom, this one starts to charge, okay? Yeah, there it goes, this one's almost dead. Anyway, so I can keep stacking these guys over and over until I have like a giant stack and charge them with just one V-mount port. Now, let's say I'm traveling and I don't even have this whole setup here, but I do have a USB-C cable. Well, again, what did I say? This has PD power. Now, I can connect one USB cable here, and then once I connect it, let's just pretend I'm connecting this guy. Now, obviously, I don't have this connected to power, so this is all going to be fake. But boom, I connect it here. Well, pretend. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack this guy here. With one USB-C cable, it'll charge all these batteries pretty much at the same time. So when I wake up, again, one USB-C cable, I don't have to worry about. Another cool thing that they make is this right here. They've got this. It's like their own system. It's a USB-C cable, but it's a locking USB-C. So watch, check this out, watch, hear this. Locks into place, and now look. You don't have to worry about it coming loose, which is really, really sweet. I really like that. And another thing too is like they have different ports. So this is a USB-C, they have DC, they have LiMo, they have different accessories that you can use. So it doesn't have to be USB to USB-C. So depending if you're doing a follow focus or something like that, that's great. Also, which by the way, I just found about, I've known about Core, I've owned some of their batteries before, but I found about the system at NAB this year, and apparently this came out last year. Like, how did I not know about this? But this is my GH7. It's got their little bottom base plate, and it's super thin. Look at this. Like, look how small and thin this is. And I like that it also lays flat. So, like, that's really great. But let's say, again, I need some power. I'm gonna grab, like, let's say this one here. And look, same thing, same mechanism with the four, with the four magnets. Look at that, boom. I've got a little bottom base plate. And look at the profile. Thin, small, especially on a mirrorless camera like this, or let's say I don't want like a V-mount setup. This is great. I use the USB-C, power my camera, and I'm ready to go, or a monitor. Oh, I need to disconnect, boom. Let me grab another one. Sorry, wrong way. This way, boom, there we go. Not to mention, another cool thing about them is like you can control all of these with the app. What I mean by control is like you can control the LED lights. So for example, I think this one here, I changed it to red. I don't know if this is the one, it might be dead. Actually, hold it down. Oh yeah, this one's red, this one's green. And you might say, why would you change the color to red or green? I mean, red kind of indicates that, I mean, you can change to any color, but the reason so is like, let's say Evan, I think this might be Evan's. Actually it is, because this is red. And this one's green, and green is mine. So if you're on set and you've got multiple people that are using a similar battery, you can change the colors, you can check the battery stats. You can do so much with the app. I'm not gonna go talk too much about the app, but there's a lot of things that you can do. You can check how many cycles. So it's really great to have that kind of app control, and also even update the firmware, which I think is great. Now, another thing, and why I'm basically switching all my batteries to Core, is another reason I gotta show you. This one was like, when they told me about this, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I'm only using your guys' battery. Let me show you. So these guys right here are the Helix Max system, which are completely different from their Snap system. But what makes these guys great is the fact that it's a dual voltage system. Now, what does that mean and why is it important? At least for me. I'll tell you why it's important, because I use the Ursa 12K. And this guy, in order to fully maximize its true potential, they require B, not V as in Victor, B as in boy, B mount batteries to get the full voltage because it requires 24 volts. Now, what Core has done, which I think is freaking genius, is they have, this is a V mount plate, not a B, V as in Victor, this is a V mount plate that allows you to do two types of voltages with using their batteries, of course. So because this is a dual voltage battery, let me show you. If I lock this, okay, remember this is V mount. Let me go ahead and turn on my camera. Using a V mount battery, which I own. I don't want to have two systems. I don't want to have a B and a V mount battery. I just want to have V mount batteries. But with their Helix Max, I have the dual voltage. And then check this out, watch. If I go into menu, and what is my frame rate? 224 frames per second in 8K. Let me show you guys this. 8K, 224 frames per second. That would be impossible to do with any other V-mount battery, as far as I know. I'm gonna put that disclaimer, because as far as I know, I did some research. I don't think there's any other V-mount battery that has a dual voltage system like Core. So for me, that was like, yo, that's it. I support you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. So now I have V-mount batteries, but I also have these Helix Max, because that means that when I use my Ursa 12K, I don't have to switch to a completely battery system. That means I have to bring other chargers. That means I have to bring, obviously buy different batteries that are gonna be crazy expensive. These Helix guys are incredible. And also look at this. Look at this 360, I mean, look, it's probably as big as my freaking head. Look, okay, like this thing is a monster. This on the Ursa, like you're talking hours and hours of battery. Like this thing is a beast. Anyway, I get excited about these things, guys, so I wanted to share my enthusiasm and pretty much why I'm switching over to Core, because I think they're amazing. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.